Hey YouTube fam, I am going to be starting a 30-day posting challenge in which I am gonna share some more personal content, and I just want to diversify the content that I post a little bit, because it's mainly tutorials on my channel so far, and I feel like it would be nice if we got to know each other a little bit more. I saw Addison Brianna do a 30-day posting challenge, and I figured that is such a good thing to do and such a good basically like forcing yourself to make sure that you actually do post and like keeping it low-key. So I'm just gonna introduce myself real quick. In the meantime, hopefully this is not going to be too annoying. I'm going to try and brush my hair because I just went for a surf. I'm currently in the Gold Coast, which is the east coast of Australia, and I went for a surf and I got absolutely humbled by the waves and by the ocean. Absolutely humbled. It's a bit choppy out there, and I started surfing when I lived in Perth. Okay, I'm rushing through it. Let me start at the beginning. I was born no kidding, not actually kidding. My name is Lily. Lily Jasmine is the name that I use for all my socials, which is my first and second name together. I'm 29 years old. I was born in the Netherlands, in Enschede. If you know where that is, let me know in the comments. Then I did high school there. I did primary school there. Then when I did a dance academy there, and then when I was 18 I moved to Amsterdam to go to a full-time dance academy, and after a year I realized that I didn't want to be a full-time dancer, or I thought I didn't want to be a full-time dancer, and I went to med school. So yeah, that sounds like a 180-degree turn, I know. I finished my bachelor degree, and then while I was in my bachelor degree I already realized like I kind of miss dancing a little bit, yeah, I want to go back to that, and I want to do something that like allows me to have a little bit more balance in my life. Because for anyone who is in med school or has finished med school, works in a hospital, whatever, you know that that's all consuming. Like, it literally consumes your whole life, and I realized that was going to happen, and I didn't really want that. So I bowed out basically. After 3 years I didn't finish my bachelor's because, well, it's always good to have a bachelor of science, I finished that, and then I moved to Thailand for a year, and I worked at a pub crawl. So that was basically like, I was lost. I did not know what I wanted to do, and I figured it would be fun, and it was fun. If you've ever been to Koh Tao, which is in a very cute, diverse island, and part of the island, I would say, in Thailand. I feel like a lot of people would have been there, so let me know in the comments if you have, and especially if you did the Koh Tao pub crawl. Shout out to the Koh Tao pub crawl. That's why I worked for a year. So I was a party island girl, which I recommend to anyone. Or traveling in general, I recommend to anyone. Like, it gives so much. You learn so much about yourself, about other people, about life, about whatever. I know, cliche, blah blah blah. Then I went back and I felt so lost. Like, I literally had no clue what I wanted with my life, because I had been in a dance academy, and I feel like that's quite narrow. Like, you know exactly what your end goal is going to be. You know, like, I'm either going to be a performing artist or I'm going to be teaching. And obviously you have like different places where you could do those things, but it's quite narrow. Like, this is your end goal. And then I went in med school the same. Like, you know exactly what you're going to do. You can pick a specialty, and that's about it. Other than that, you're going to be a doctor. For the first time in my life, I was like, what now? So I was a bit lost, and then one of my friends sent me this job ad for at an advertising firm, an online advertising firm, as an account manager, so basically sales, and I was like, well, I can do that. And that's like in media, and I was always very interested in media. I wanted to do some modeling. I'd done some modeling as well before, and I was very interested in like both sides of like media and like productions and stuff like that. So I figured this is a good first start, and it actually was. So I did that for a year, and then I moved on to doing a traineeship, a growth hacking traineeship, which is basically a fancy word for data-driven marketing, and data-driven online marketing, I would add, even though you can also do it offline, but online is what you mainly do. And then I did that. That was like 6 months, and by the end of it, they place you with a company, and by the end of it, COVID hit. So I stayed with the company where I was placed. Luckily, they offered me a job, and I stayed there for a little bit too long because of COVID. But it was nice. I was an e-commerce manager there, and I worked, did marketing. It was kind of like, I did growth hacking a little bit as well, not as much as I would have liked. And I was involved in the production for shoots, and it was just like a very do everything kind of job, which was really nice. And I would say that company, because they only make very colorful clothes, is the reason I do not own any black clothes anymore. Like, I wear pink, orange, or any other color, but those are the two main colors, as you can see. That's always in my wardrobe. Anyone who knows me or who's seen me in real life know that that's like an actual fact. Those are the colors I wear. I did that part-time. That was also when I started like my social medias, and that grew during COVID, which was, well, very nice. I started my YouTube channel finally because I had been telling myself that I was too late with a YouTube channel. Like, it was saturated, but obviously that's never the case. So start it if you have been dreaming about it. There's a kid crying outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that. So I started it, and I was posting random videos in the beginning, and then more tutorials, what I'm doing now. And yeah, I'd like to transition into a bit more personal as well, because if you follow me on Instagram, you know I share a lot on stories, and I talk a lot, and like it's more an interaction. I feel on YouTube it's a bit more like one-sided, and I would like to have more of a conversation. So if you do have questions for me about, well, anything, feel free to leave them in the comments, and I can answer them in the coming 30 days. I'm so excited for that. And yeah, where was I? So yeah, I started my YouTube channel, and then that basically grew into like me teaching a little bit more. I started dancing a bit more. I started going to the gym more, and I was always going to the gym, but I was very like scatterbrained. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just doing random classes, or like my goals were also a bit like mainly centered around, I want to be skinny. Like most women who grew up in my well, as a millennial, and not just millennials, to be honest, but like a lot of millennials have some sort of issue with food and their body. So yeah, I wanted to be skinny, and then when COVID hit and I started my socials and my dancing a bit more, I kind of transitioned into lifting weights more and like wanting to be strong, not necessarily skinny. So I started eating more, I started training like heavier, and I started doing less cardio, and no cardio for me. I actually don't really like cardio. Like, I dance, that's my cardio, done. I don't want to sprint. I don't want to, like, there's so many cardio things that I don't want to do. And that's okay, because pick the workout that works for you. You don't have to do any other workout. Pick the movement that works for you. And so yeah, I started getting into that more. I forgot to tell everyone that forgot to tell you that I went vegan 7 years ago. So that was also like kind of focused on, I just want to be the healthiest version of myself. And then obviously a little bit later on, it became more of my lifestyle as well. So yeah, I'm very much in a phase in my life where I don't really like partying anymore. I know I worked on a party island in a party job, but maybe that's the thing that like turned me off of it. I like to be in bed by 10. I like to wake up at 6 or 7. I need 8 or 9 hours sleep. I'm a baby. And then yeah, I like to go to the gym. I like to dance a lot. I like to, I don't know, just eat healthy, eat my greens, be healthy, and build the thickest ass I can in the gym. And yeah, that's basically where I'm at right now. I moved to Perth with my hubby, the guy I married a month before we left. because it was easier for the visa, we got married in the courthouse, and we're doing our wedding and like the big stuff later. So that's why you haven't seen, even on my Instagram, like that's why you haven't seen any wedding content or like photos or blah blah blah, because it's not there. We don't have it. We just went to the courthouse and got married, which was really nice. Like it was actually a really nice day with our family there, but nothing like massive or yeah, a lot of things to show yet. We moved to Perth for his job mainly, yeah, I lived in Perth. I learned how to surf. I taught dance classes there. I was working on my online business. I have online courses. So I'm kind of like focusing on that, on like my own business, the courses, the classes. My face is becoming so red because it's a bit warm in the car. I'm just gonna open the door for a second. It is warm. It's very cool outside. So we moved here, and it was always only just for a year. So this is the end of that year. In 5 days, I'm going to be moving back. Before that, I'm going to take you with, obviously, because posting every day. I am flying from Brisbane to Sydney tomorrow, and then I'm in Sydney for a few days, then I'm going to fly to Melbourne, and I'm in Melbourne for a few days, and then I fly back to Amsterdam. So you're going to be seeing all of that. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to ask me. I feel like this monologue has been long enough. So if you're still here, thank you for watching day 1. I hope to see you back for day 2. I'm not sure what it's gonna be yet, but I'm just gonna take you with me on whatever it is I am doing, and then we'll see what happens. Bye.